We got a shipment. Placed the order, 2-day air. 4 days later, we weren't sure if it was going to make it, but it's here. So
Let's see.
there you go, Rebecca.
Yay!
And these are specifically made for snow machines. Rebecca wanted a particular color, and I found it with one dealer. They had one in stock, and I had to pay super extra to get it shipped here in time, and it made it. So open it up and tell them about your helmet.
So I wanted the rose gold color. I'm not a huge fan of pink in general, just because pink reminds me of breast cancer, and I'm a cancer survivor, and I hate the whole, pink cancer awareness thing, because like, who's not aware of breast cancer? But at any rate, I did want the rose gold just because I thought it was a really pretty color.
These are the CKX, is that what it is? CKX Mission.
Yes.
And there's a whole bunch of different models online. It was really difficult to understand what the differences were, and it turns out the difference is the paint job. So I read the sizing chart online, and it said that we were the same size, which seems
I think it's possible.
odd because my jaw is the size of her head. However, they've got a return policy, but I ordered the small because I figured if I ordered the medium and it didn't fit, and then they'd say, well, did you go by our size chart? And I'd say, no, I ordered bigger. And they'd say, well, shoot, now we got to ship it back and forth, and it cost a bundle to do that. So the unique thing about these helmets, again, they are made for snow machines, but they have got a channel inside that takes the air in the front, exhausts it out the back, and it pulls your breath out with it. So your breath does not fog up the glass.
The other nice thing about these helmets that I really liked is that they have this, the latch is really easy to use when you're wearing gloves. It's a quick in, and then it's a quick release. So you just pull the tab and it releases the latch. That's really nice when you're wearing snow gloves. All right, here we go.
Here's hoping, because it cost a bundle to ship them, and there's no dealers in Alaska.
Feels pretty good.
Okay, so this, you can see that the whole face opens up so you can drink, you can talk with your friends, but it's still got a complete bar on the front, and so it's DOT approved, if you're going to ride it. Okay, now, you can't open the goggles while the shield is up.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just seeing what they got here.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool. So it seals up your nose here so that airflow goes through.
Right.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
And it's adjustable so it adjusts properly on your face.
Uh-huh.
Pull that down or move that.
There we go.
There you go. All right, do it again. There. So see, the yellow goggles come down.
This is super cool that you can lift this whole thing up, though. I wonder, let's see if I can drink.
Look at that.
Woo!
So you can drink with your helmet on.
You can drink with your helmet on. That's awesome. And then, so this comes down, it seals my nose. Mm-hmm. And then this thing comes down, up and down too.
Right. And you got the goggles inside.
Yeah.
And then it's wired that you can heat that helmet also. It came with the kit so that you can run electricity into the helmet and keep it warm. There we go. Well, let me see if mine is going to fit. We were planning to go riding tomorrow, so it was kind of important that it arrive. That's why I paid a lot of money to have it shipped here quickly. And
I like that quick release. That's awesome.
Let's see if it fits.
Pretty snug. Pretty snug.
Snug in the cheeks for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to fiddle with these to get them adjusted properly.
Yeah.
But we wanted to show you our new helmets. It looks like they're going to work.
Yeah.
And we'll be trying them out tomorrow afternoon.
Yes.
Sometimes in the wintertime, this door is right at the edge of being too heavy for the garage door opener to open. The springs get cold. Sometimes it freezes along the gasket at the bottom a little bit, and so it needs help opening. Now usually I got to go get Rebecca and have her push the button while I try to lift it, but I came up with a new method this morning. I just found this little block of wood. It's actually a fire starter, but I put that under there and give it a little fulcrum point here. And then I put a bag of sand on there, in case you happen to have a bag of sand sitting in your garage. And then I hit the button, and it goes right up.
Engineering at its finest.
That wasn't so bad.
That wasn't bad at all.
I see guys all the time on the internet go like crash in the truck and fall over. And
Good job. Woo!
well, even a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while.
Yeah. Are you going to have to take all that off to put gas in it?
No, this opens up.
Oh, okay.
Well, we've come out for our maiden voyage. When we first got here last night, we went out for about a 7-mile ride. There were a lot of moguls on the trail, and Rebecca's neck got a little jacked, so she is not riding today. First day out, she's not riding already. So we got to get that problem fixed. But we got John and Javen here. We're gonna go out just for a little bit. I think it's supposed to start raining tonight, rain all night, rain all day tomorrow. So I think we're gonna cut our trip short, go home this afternoon. But we're gonna go break this new snow machine in. For now, I'm just gonna throw you on the helmet cam and you can come along for the ride. So John and Javen have been riding up here a long time. John rode out here when he was in high school, so it's been probably 40 years that he's been on these trails. Here I'm setting my maps. I've got a map program in my phone with GPS, and it'll plot the tracks. This little compartment in the snow machine is heated, and it's got a plug to keep your phone charged and warm, so you can plot your trails as you're riding. I know it's quite boring maybe watching the footage on a helmet cam. I can't get multiple angles when I'm riding with other folks. Once we go back out, we'll take the drone and try and get some better shots. But it's beautiful country. So here, I was following John, and he was kind of hitting some of these bumps and jumping a little bit, and I thought, well, I can do that. I've done that a million times on a dirt bike, and it handles a little differently than the dirt bike. A little heavier. And there is, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. There it is, crash number 1. Oof. Now it's got a tether that goes on the snow machine that when you fall off, it pulls the cord and it shuts the engine off, and I did not have the tether on. Luckily it just came to a stop. I was able to get back on, put it in reverse, back out of it, and get back on the trail. You can see how many of these roads are straight. I think they were put in for maybe gas and oil exploration back in the day. Back in 2007, this whole area had a huge forest fire. I bet 56,000 acres. There was 88 homes burned. John and Amy lost their cabin. They had to rebuild. So you see a lot of burnt up area out here. see, a lot of times you drive that snow machine not with the handlebars, but by putting your weight on one side or the other. And with the back seat and the box that I've got on the machine right now, it's hard to throw your leg back around and get on different sides, get your weight shifted where it needs to be. What's the cabin?
Yeah.
What is it?
Oh, just someone's cabin.
Okay. Did he tell you to wait here?
Yeah, he's gonna see if he can get across it.
John goes out and scouts the trail and comes back and then tells the amateurs how to get through.
It's all good. Alright. Nobody's been up the hill. So just keep momentum. Yeah. And if you think you're not gonna make it, don't spin out, just stop. We should make it up fine.
What do you got to say, Javen?
It's way too hot out here.
Too hot for who?
Me. Need to be 25 degrees out here. And more snow. Yeah.
This is the expert over here. This is John.
I don't know about expert, but it sure is fun.
He's pretty good. He's a good person to follow.
Riding for, gosh, he's 70 it seems like. He's been riding for 40 years.
I got 50 years of experience. I got 70 years of experience. I'm only 50.
Yeah.
I'll go to the top of the hill. You guys want to follow
Hopefully
me?
I can.
Oh, it'll go up easy.
It's not like the box cars where I was like
No, I mean
trying.
It's soft. It's like you're not gonna bounce off the trail or anything. It's just it's a little loose. If you get going too slow, you might not have the oomph to speed up.
Well, y'all over here with the turbos.
You just don't want to go too slow. But if you go too fast, you can't make the corners. So
There's like a happy medium kind of thing.
Here we go for happy medium. This is amateur hour. Happy medium.
Whew. Well, shall we?
You're next, right? Gotta tell you, that was a little bit of a surprise. Crossing there. There were a few spots here where I was able to open it up. Still trying to break the motor in, so you've got to be careful. You've got to be tactical about how you run the RPMs on the motor. But a few times I opened it up a little.
Hotter than 2 rats in a wool sock.
I don't know if you can see John and Javen, how they're riding those up on one end. Rick Murphy showed me that years ago. You kind of turn the opposite direction you want. You turn your wheel the opposite direction you want to turn, and you lean. And I don't know. I tried it a little bit. I don't know what it looked like. It probably looked like amateur hour. But I do know that if you want to learn how to ride better, you have to follow people who are a lot better than you. These big open lakes or ponds, when they freeze over, really nice area to ride for an amateur who's trying to figure it out. So this whole area was kind of built by GIs. After World War II, the government gave GIs loans and grants and things to come up. Oh, here's my little crash. Crash number 2, and then it's really, the hill's going downhill and cambered to the left. So it looked like I drove right into that bush. Ready? But yeah, after World War II, the government gave GIs low interest rate loans to move to Alaska. They all came up here hunting and riding snow machines and ATVs and what have you. And there's my 3rd crash.
So when we try this, what Javen and I are going to be doing is, I'm probably going to be lifting, he's going to be pulling this way, you're going to be on the uphill side to keep it from tipping.
Right.
And we're just going to drive it out. This is good like heart training. You get it pumping real fast,
Yeah.
then you take a real quick break and it comes right back down. And then you get it pumping real hard again.
What if it never comes back down?
Well,
Just red lines and
that
sees
is
it
the
up.
hazard of this exercise program.
They always run really good right before they blow up.
That's right, wide open. She's running good.
Man, this is running great.
Guys, stand on that ski deck, and I'll just pull this one. Okay, you're out.
So we're staying at John and Amy's cabin while we're riding up here, and it's a dry cabin, so there's no well. You've got to go pick up water at what they call the water hole, and we just ran out during dinner. We're going to go get some water. Yeah, so those GIs moved up here. They just started building cabins. They didn't want to go home every night. And then sometime around the mid-70s, the government said, hey, you can't just build a cabin wherever you want. And kind of put the brakes on the process. But any of the cabins that were already there got grandfathered in, and they've been passed on for generations, is my understanding. Notice I don't have my new helmet on. My fat head didn't fit in it, so I had to send it back, waiting to get another one. Rebecca?
Doing good.
Good. So we are headed back home now from the Caribou Hills. It's not terrible weather here. There's a little wind, but we're getting reports of hurricane force winds in Anchorage and over the pass. Lots of snow, power lines down. Don't travel. The roads are icy. It looks great up here, but I think we've got an adventure coming.
Yeah.
So we're gonna load up the snow machines, pack up our gear, and we're head back to town. Should be about a 2.5 hour journey, plus any adventures along the way.
Should be fun. It's been a good weekend.
Lots of laying around, relaxing, and watching television and playing games, and good food, and just good company.
Ready? Hit the road. Head home.
Pretty slick. Yeah, I know, but we got to drive on this. Looking pretty slick. The road is really slick.
Can't get any worse than it is right now.
Okay, we have determined that the road is too icy, and they're going to go check it out for themselves. John's got chains. We may be here another day or another week maybe, but they're going to go check the road out. We're going to head back to the cabin. All right, we're going to try and make a plan to try and get Rebecca home, but she might be stuck here. We'll see what we can come up with. We unhooked my trailer. We're going to hook it to Javen's rig. He's got chains on the front. We're going to ride back with John and Amy, and I'm going to have to buy some chains and come back and get this rig. So I'm just going to move it out of the way for right now.
One set of chains and another truck with 2 sets of chains. We'll see. Whew. Parking lot. My goodness.
All right. Oh, we got the snow machine on the trailer. It's hooked to Javen's rig.
This is actually stupid.
John's got chains on all four. We're rolling. John's double chained. Javen's got chains on the front. The road is super slick and icy. But Javen's got it. He's a professional.
I'm buckled in for safety. Oh my gosh. He's going ice skating.
John calls that the Alaska Shuffle.
You're good. It's pretty tight, Jay.
I don't know if you can catch, if you can see how icy that road is. Javen's doing a great job. You are trusting him with your life.
I am
Yeah,
trusting him.
you're
I
in
am
the same truck.
literally trusting him with my life right now.
Not very many young men you could say that about. This is a good dude, Mr. Javen. That looks like quite a hill there.
I want that trailer to grab as hard as I can.
Well, we made it to the highway. I think that's going to be the end of the adventure. This time till I get some chains and go back and get the truck.
Yep. Thanks for coming along.
Thanks for watching.
All right. See you later.
Well, you saw that our rig is stuck up in the hills. It's the road is just plain. It's pure ice. So you got to have chains. I don't have chains. They're 38-inch tires. What are they? 385 70/16 Toyo Open Country Mud Terrain tires. They came on the rig. You guys were there when we bought the truck. Do a search on the internet. They are not available. You cannot find chains for a 385 70/16. They might cross over to some other size, but I can't seem to figure out what size it would be. So I went to the local chain experts here in town. They couldn't figure out what size it was supposed to be. We did find a size. We laid it out. It's not going to be long enough. It might be wide enough, close, but not long enough. So I'd have to buy 3 sets of chains. One for the front, one for the back, and one set that would be split in half to make the front and the back work. I think is how that would happen. So 3 sets, they're $418 a piece. I'd be looking at $1,300. They're the same size as online for $125. Free shipping lower 48. I'd have to ship them to Alaska Freight Forward and then bring them up here at $1 a pound. They're about 38 pounds a set, so I'd be into it for another $120, probably $140 by the time you figured out other stuff. For probably $500 instead of $1,300. I like $500 better, but there's time involved, and in the meantime, my truck sits up there. There's a chance that it snows, and then I don't need chains to get out. There's a chance the grader comes by and he cuts up the road, and then I could follow him out, but I'd have to probably sleep in my truck. There is a website, a communication for folks up there, and the grader came by last night, but you had to be up there this morning to catch the wave. So what I've got here is my spare tire out of the Excursion, same size. I've got a bucket of chains that I've had for years, so I'm going to dig into my mystery bucket of chains. I'm going to see if any of that works, if I can somehow make something work, and then I can do that chain project. I never knew I would need chains up here. Just never crossed my mind. I know that sounds dumb, but I've been watching to see what people do, and no one's driving around with chains. I haven't seen it. I think John and Javen said that's the first time they've had to chain up to get out of there. Not certain, but reading the comments online, folks are like, if you don't have chains, you shouldn't come up here. Okay, well.
Once again, things that could have been brought to my attention yesterday!
That would be a good comment to have posted last week. That's where we're at today. I'm trying to figure out how to put chains on a tire that you can't just order chains. I was trying before. I was trying to order chains. I was looking at tire siping. I was trying to find a solution for a problem I thought might exist, and the problem popped up before I was prepared. So, all right, let's see what I got in this bucket of chains. The circumference of this tire is 10 feet. looks like 6-ish. Yeah, 5 and some change. Well, so the question is, how far down the side do you want them to drape? Probably farther than that if you can. All right, well, we're on a quest to figure out what I got to do. I don't know. If you can't order the tire chains, can't buy them locally. Maybe I can make them. Okay, I've been in communication with the tire chain manufacturers, trying to understand what all their numbers were and everything. And the chains that I found at the local store are what they call 3835s. I guess the 38 series is kind of like the width. I couldn't get the 35s. It wasn't 35 millimeters or 35 inches. I couldn't understand what that meant. And it's a secret code maybe. But they're saying that maybe a 3855 or a 3861 would work. Neither are in stock locally. But each of those would come down on the sidewall a different amount, and the side chain might be long enough to go all the way around. John called. He said he's got to make a run to Anchorage tomorrow, so he thinks it's best if we go get it tonight in about an hour. So we're going to meet John and Amy at a restaurant, have some dinner. John and I are going to go get my truck. I guess they scraped the road early this morning. I don't know. We're just going to go for it. So I think I got a hold of my favorite chain company, Glacier Chain, there in Anchorage, and worked with the guy. We took measurements. We talked back and forth. I got 2 sets of chains, front and back, on the way for $714. So I beat the $1,300 price of having to make some that might fit. I'm going to try and make this one set of chains I have here fit a tire. Worst case, I could put one chain on one tire and have steering or traction or something, but maybe it'll be better than nothing. So I'm going to try and fabricate one chain out of these chains in the next half an hour. Well, we've made it out here without chains. The truck is still here. That's a good thing. Oh yeah. Old wiper blades are frozen to the truck. Oh, there it is. I've done that a couple of times to Rebecca. Hey, what are you doing? Can you be at the trailer and meet me out on such and such? She's like, did you crash? Hey, we really want to thank you for watching. We do appreciate you choosing to spend your time with us. Hope that you're enjoying the antics we're up to, and hope that you'll come back next week. Like and subscribe, click all those buttons, tell your friends. Again, we sincerely appreciate your time. Thank you so much.